Hello, everyone. I'm excited to be back. It's been an incredible 4 weeks. 3 weeks I was in Las Vegas helping a client with sales process, sales techniques, and selling his product. It was incredible 3 weeks. Then I went on an 8-day vacation, and it's the best vacation every year for me. I get 8 days of being fed spiritual food to strengthen me, to give me energy, to give me the things that I need to continue to fight the good fight and to move forward. But in these 4 weeks, three things have happened. Number one, I rebranded my show from the Real Business Talk Show to the Cruz Show, Keeping It Real. Number two, I have some incredible, amazing content that I'm excited to share with you guys that I know if you apply it and you're part of it, it's going to help your business. And number three, I was able to examine myself and think about things and asking myself serious questions. And so the topic I want to talk about today is going to hit you right between the eyes. I hope you receive it. I hope you take it as a way of asking yourself serious questions. You might be pissed off. I'm okay with that. But my show is not for weak-minded people. My show is not for closed-minded people. My show, Keeping It Real, is to tell you the way things are. Not telling you what you want to hear, but expressing the things that I believe you need to hear, and ask yourself this question. So this is a two-part situation. Number one is, do you really love what you do? And are you doing what you do for the right reasons? If you are, then there's three things you should never, ever allow to happen. Well, actually, two things you should never allow to happen, and one thing you should always do. Where am I going with this? Before we dig into this, I invite you to go to my YouTube channel at the Cruz Show. If you like this video when you see it, this podcast, smash the like button and share it with others. And I also appreciate your comments. And also subscribe. So, three things. Be strong in your principles, your values, your integrity, your word, and your character. Why? Because when the smoke clears, if you're living the right way and you got a strong foundation and the right principles and values and integrity and your word is good and you got character, it will be challenged more times than you know. And very subtle, there's going to be challenges. Whether it's sales, business, or your personal life, you can't get away from it. So how are your principles, your values, your honor, your integrity, your word? Be strong in them. And never, ever compromise on them. Don't. Not for one iota. I could tell you right now, the past year, or maybe 2 years, I've been challenged more than I care to say. More than most people could handle. And there were situations that I could have used the money, that I needed the money, but I know it would go against my principles and my value, and it would go against God, and that's something I cannot compromise on. Have I done that before? Yes, before. And it was hard. But I answer to God. I don't answer to no man. I'm not trying to be religious on you. I'm not trying to preach to you. I'm telling you the way it is. This is how I live my life. This is how I live my business. This is how I sell. And the third part, Never, ever allow any man, any situation, anything justify who you are. Whether it's material thing or somebody not believing you because you are honest and you're not faking it and you won't tell a little white lie. People are going to judge you because they're going to think you're crazy. So what? I don't allow anybody, anyone, any situation, anything justify who I am. Only God could do that. And He's my judge. And Him justifying me is what I look towards, not anyone else. Why is this important? Because those of you who are salespeople, who are small business owners, who are entrepreneurs, who are CEOs, whether you work in a telemarketing firm or not, or a call center or not, it all applies. Are you willing to tell a little lie and embellish on the truth and exaggerate and manipulate so that you can make a sale and put your name on the board? I got a sale. I've been there. I've done that. And it sucks. And you don't need to do that if you're a real pro. Now, the Paul Cruz Show sponsors my sales training program called the Martial Arts of Sales. There's nothing out there like it. Now, I may not be a big guy or a very influencer in the social market right now, but watch. Those of you who come on for the ride are going to have an incredible ride. Because the martial arts of sales is about fundamental sales. It's about building the mindset, the attitude, the right foundation, so that you don't have to compromise, so that you don't have to let anybody justify who you are. Your actions will do it for you. I know salespeople that I've had that were producers for me. And there's two things I don't accept. It's lies and tardiness. And when I was in Vegas and I had salespeople working for me, I got rid of top producers. Why? Because they had bad habits. They were producing, but they were lying, and I don't need nobody to do that. I don't need salespeople. I build them. I develop them. So ask yourself that question. Are you being strong in your foundation, in your principles, in your integrity, in your value, in your word? Are you compromising on any of it? If so, don't do that to yourself. If you are a good salesman, or professional salesman, or a master closer, you don't have to do any of that. I'm not for sale. I cannot be bought. And trust me, I've been in situations where the money was very enticing, but it wasn't the right thing to do. So I didn't do it. Ask yourself, are you allowing people or things to justify who you are? Think about that. I'm rejuvenated. I'm excited about what I do. I love what I do. It's a blessing from God. And some people may not like my style. You know, one of the things I've learned is, for example, there are people out there that, let's say somebody tells you lies consistently, right? And all of a sudden they tell you the truth. You're not going to believe them, even though they tell you the truth. Why? Because they've already been lying so much. There's also other things where I run into clients and they have experience with salespeople, or they have some bad experiences. And then when they see something that's good, that's real, that's truthful, they reject it because they can't accept that it's really happening. And sometimes they wish to have that person. They're like hoping and praying and wishing, man, this happens. Then when it's there, it happens, you kill it. You push it away because you're so used to the BS that when the real thing comes, you're afraid of it. Has that ever happened to you? Happened to me? Happens to me quite often. Because I keep it real. I don't sugarcoat. I don't tell people what they want to hear. I don't care to do that. That's just the way I live. That's just the way I run my business. That's just the way, I run my sales. Now, the martial arts of sales program, when I do the videos on it, it's a training program to help those out there that need help with sales, real sales. Converting deals, closing deals. The Paul Cruz Show is really about developing the mindset and the attitude and keeping it real, telling you and sharing with you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Nobody likes to hear what they need to hear. It's not fun. It's not exciting. Does that make sense? I'll tell you what, I appreciate every day that I'm alive. I appreciate everything that I have. I appreciate the trials and the tribulations and the adversities that I go through. I love it. I love solving problems. That's what my value is. I can't please everybody, and I'm not going to intend to do that. But I want you to follow the Paul Cruz Show. I got some incredible things that are going to blow your mind away. If you're in for this ride, expect an incredible ride, a fun ride, a strong ride, a ride filled with passion and excitement, enthusiasm, but more importantly, a ride that's going to get you the right results. That's my goal. I want to thank everybody that's been following me, that's been liking my content and sharing my content. Like I said, I rebranded from the Real Business Talk Show to the Paul Cruz Show, keeping it real. You can visit me on my Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and follow me there at the Paul Cruz Show. You can also subscribe and like my YouTube videos and share it with others at the Paul Cruz Show. I want to thank you for listening. I hope this has been helpful. Till we speak again, I want to thank you for your time. I say goodbye for now. This is Paul Cruz with the Paul Cruz Show, keeping it real. Have a great day.